A main match, Arsenal against Liverpool.
Story, and Highway is really away. Oh, good work by Wilson.
Our studio guest today, Frank McClintock, the skipper who's done so much to inspire Arsenal this season. But now the action from Highbury yesterday. Arsenal against Liverpool, a vital First Division match because both are pacemakers in the table, both desperate now for victory to keep in touch with Leeds at the very top. And today, undoubtedly, it'll be a stern challenge for Arsenal, but at least they have John Samuels back in their side, his first home appearance after a bad ankle injury, skillful attacker, powerful shot, and at the other end of the Arsenal side, a return to Highbury for the number 6, Peter Simpson. This after a cartilage operation. Now he takes his familiar place in the back four. Arsenal have a good record against Merseyside this season with 3 points out of 4 against Everton. But Liverpool now come here with John Toshek, their new £110,000 signing from Cardiff City, a real threat in the air for the Arsenal defence. Toshek, who scored in his first game against Everton last week.
Simpson. Must give Arsenal a lot of reassurance to see Simpson back in their back four. Rice and Armstrong just getting a boot to it. And there do seem to be these moments of extreme hesitancy in this Liverpool defence. It's Kennedy putting it back now for Samuels. A chance to turn it in left-footed, far side. McNabb. Lawler beating him away, and that's going to be a free kick with the linesman's flag going on the far side. The referee's whistle as well. And a free kick to Arsenal. Lloyd a little bit shaky there in his own 6-yard area, which is dangerous. Lawler impeding McNabb on the far side, and that's why we get this free kick. And that wall surely has got to move back a little further, but just chipped in there, and Lloyd not getting it away. Story bursting through, and a ricochet off the Liverpool defence. Story really caught it. A man who scored only 2 goals this season, and both of them for a penalty. Very nearly putting Arsenal into the lead, but getting a corner for them. With coming up to 8 minutes gone, George Armstrong with it. Under that Liverpool crossbar again, coming towards Samuels, first time on the volley, down for Clements. McLaughlin. Hughes surging forward to look for Highway, nodded in nicely there towards Toshek. Highway again, challenged by Simpson. Fair acceleration, Highway's got to the far side. Oh, and how did that one go in? 3 men finished up in the net, and somehow the ball escaped it. McClintock, Radford. Story trying to push his way through. Kennedy now for John Samuels. He really is in the mood for it this afternoon, Samuels. Simpson for Arsenal. Armstrong, room ahead of him. McNabb outside him. Armstrong going in, challenged though by McLaughlin, and still Armstrong going in, and Clements at full stretch to come out and gather that one. A real lovely little snaky run by George Armstrong. McNabb with the throw. Oh, that was too casual a pass by Story, and Highway is really away. Oh, good work by Wilson. A really great smother save by Bob Wilson. Tremendous run by Steve Highway there. Ross. Oh, and now Graham. Flicked off for Samuels. Graham! Oh, a fine goal! George Graham! And what a goal it was! That was unstoppable! A magnificent 1-2, and Graham on the volley, giving Clements no chance. Run there by Graham, and he's flicked on to Kennedy. Oh, and surely he will score. Radford! After Kennedy made such a meal of it, with Liverpool claiming offside. And Radford, who finally put it in, when it seemed that Kennedy had lost the chance and Lloyd might have got it away. So 2-0. Rice. And now George Graham, just over! And in fact, whether that would have counted had it gone in or not, I don't know, because the whistle has certainly gone now. At what point it went, I don't know, but there's no doubt that George Graham scored the first goal for Arsenal to put them into the lead, with the second goal coming from John Radford to keep Arsenal's unbeaten home record, to put them just to his Radford, who scored that second one, to keep them well in touch still with Leeds United at the top of the table. And so the final score here at Highbury, Arsenal 2, Liverpool 0.
A good solid performance there by Arsenal, I thought, although I noticed this morning that Bill Shankly, the Liverpool manager, said that he thought that both the Arsenal goals were offside. That's something we must investigate now with the Arsenal skipper, Frank McLintock, and with Frank, of course, Jimmy Hill.
Well, in fact, what Bill Shankly says, Frank, I think you'll agree, is always entertaining, but it's not always accurate, as we'll see later on. But I want to ask you, first of all, about the Liverpool side. What about their challenge?
A very strong team. They surprised me, actually, because they've changed their team quite dramatically from last season, Jimmy. They've got people like Ronnie Yates and Ian St John and Tommy Lawrence out, and I'm surprised they're doing so well. But evidently they must have found some good players, the centre half and the highway, and they seem to have settled into a very difficult side to beat.
Yeah. Well, I think we've talked enough about Liverpool now. What about this lovely London side, Arsenal, at the moment, second in the league, and the golden goal yesterday?
Well, we're playing. I think we're not playing just as well as we were, say, 3 or 4 weeks ago. But if you're going to try and win a championship or challenge for a championship, you'll have sticky spells, and sometimes you'll be a little bit lucky, and other times you'll probably be unlucky. Like I thought we were a few weeks ago against Crystal Palace. I thought we played well enough to win, and we didn't get the result, and we were a little bit disappointed. But
well, now,
yesterday
you didn't get the goal early on against his defence, but of course, when you did get it, Bill Shankly said it was offside. We can now look and see exactly how it came about.
Well, the Arsenal forwards here do a lot of challenging here, putting the defence under pressure. I think that's John Samuels just wins the ball there to George Graham. George draws the man in, plays it to John Samuels, and a beautiful chip over his head, and you can see George is well onside, and he connects with a beautiful volley. And there's no chance of that ball being offside there, Jimmy, I don't think. No chance at all.
It's indicative, really, of the Arsenal method, the way in which you put defences under pressure to win the ball. I don't think sometimes the sports really understand this, because they look upon you as a hard, grinding side, but you have to win it before you can play that kind of football.
Of course you do, and it's very difficult to keep this sort of tackles in. You know, if you're diving from one player to another, you have to get it done collectively by your forwards, or else you'll just get shattered after 20 minutes. And you can see just from that goal there was about 3 players involved there. There was Peter Storey, John Samuels and George Graham, and eventually we won the ball, a good 1-2, and it finished up with a goal.
The last one came from your own half of the field, the second goal, actually.
Yes.
A good goal, well worked?
Yes, I thought so. I thought there was a suspicion of it being offside, but after watching it, I don't think it was. George Armstrong just plays the ball in here. It's controlled well
by
George
Graham's
Graham.
Header.
You
can see that just on the edge of the frame of your picture, you can see there Kennedy, who is outside the 10-yard circle there and onside.
I think there was about a yard onside there, Jimmy, myself.
Look how well he beats the goalkeeper here on a sixpence. A lot of people blamed him for missing that goal, but I don't think they realised the difficulties he was under, because there was Lloyd watching him. Now, while Lloyd's watching the ball, Radford catches him out the same way.
Yes.
So that Kennedy was beating the goalkeeper and watching him and lost the ball. Lloyd got it. Then he was so busy watching the ball that he lost Radford, and that was the end of it. I feel that Arsenal's problems at the moment are that you can't find your best team. You've got so many good players, Frank, that I wouldn't like to pick the best Arsenal 11 at the moment, and I think Bertie Mee's got a difficult job. Do you think that can be a disadvantage?
Not in the long run, I don't think, Jim. It can be until eventually they find the perfect blend, which must be there, I think. And it may just happen by accident. Maybe somebody gets injured and another player will come in, and it just might be the perfect blend.
I think one of the problems is that with young players in the side, like Kelly and Kennedy and things like that, they can't, because they've not been in the game that long, they can't produce consistent form. The crowd, I think, in view of what he's done, were a bit short-tempered with Kennedy yesterday. What do you think of him as a prospect?
I think he's a great player. For a defender, he's a wonderful man to find. If you ever look and you're struggling to find any player, Ray's always shown for the ball, shields the ball very well and lays it off. He's only 19, he's only been a professional, I think, about a year and a half, and I think he's going to get better and better. I think he's going to be one of the best centre-forwards in the country.
Well, it looks as if the best of Arsenal is yet to come.
I hope so. Yes, I think so, Jim.
Is
Yeah.
Frank McClintock going to be there then too?
Oh, I hope so, Jim. Getting